2011 Ford Fiesta driving impressions, in which I spend a week in what has to be the best looking subcompact car ever to grace the streets of America. Good morning. I'm Steve from LotPro.com Video with today's auto news. The first Ford Fiesta appeared on our shores in 1977 as a 1978 model. Built in Ford's Cologne, Germany plant, it was equipped with a 1.6-liter Kent inline 4 and fitted with both a catalytic converter and an air pump in order to meet U.S. emission standards at the time. But after only 4 years, it was replaced in 1991 by the Escort. So much for round one. Let's fast forward to round two, which began earlier this year. To begin, much of what I like about the new Ford Fiesta has to do with its styling. Under the company's One Ford plan, Ford of Europe is responsible for both the engineering and styling of the company's small cars. Styling responsibilities for the Fiesta were placed with Martin Smith, Ford of Europe's Executive Director of Design. Both an engineer as well as a designer, Smith describes Ford's design philosophy this way: outstanding design is what sets our brand apart and what excites our customers. With the development of Ford Kinetic Design in 2005, we introduced a new design language which has given our models a distinctive and, above all, dynamic look. The building blocks of kinetic design, defining the stance and how the body is set over the wheels, strongly and precisely executed surfacing, the dynamic, expressive lines, and creating a sleeker aerodynamic profile are all very much in line with what we believe customers want. My opinion? When it comes to the Fiesta, you did good, Martin. Though styling is certainly very subjective, Ford's B-segment car is, in my opinion, the best-looking vehicle in its class currently gracing American roads. Inside, the Fiesta has plenty of front seat room for adults of just about all sizes. The driver's seat was equipped with a height adjustment feature that even allows those of us who are somewhat vertically challenged to compensate for the Fiesta's somewhat high belt line. Interior materials are also first-rate. Soft-touch surfaces abound and even include the all-important door armrests. Alas, all is not perfect. Styling may be subjective, as I've said, but the shape of the Fiesta's center dash is a bit too futuristic for my tastes, despite the fact that its fit and finish are so very Audi-like. And although cargo space is generous, at least for the B segment, at 15.4 cubic feet, rear passenger legroom for adults is tight at just 31.2 inches. The Fiesta hatchback and SE trim comes very well equipped, even without extras. Power windows, mirrors with blind spot spotters on them, and door locks with keyless entry are all standard. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel, variable wipers, rear spoiler, window defroster, and an AM/FM CD MP3 player with auxiliary input jack were also part and parcel of our Fiesta. Finally, stability control and a full complement of airbags that include driver passenger, driver knee, side and side curtain airbags are also standard. Options on the one I drove included Ford's Rapid Spec 203A option package that adds sync, cruise, LED parking lights, a revised rear spoiler, an 80-watt sound system, and painted alloy wheels. At $1,245 less a $490 package discount, that's what this option goes for. An ambient lighting and satellite radio package added an additional $370, while the winter package that it had, consisting of heated front seats, cushions, and outside mirrors, tallied another $195. The base price was $15,120, and with destination, total MSRP bottom line at $17,115 that included a $675 destination charge. As far as driving impressions, well, if cruising is your forte, then you'll love the Fiesta. For a vehicle this size, highway noise is minimal, and its independent front and twist beam rear suspension do an admirable job of soaking up road imperfections. Even throwing it into corners will not upset its demeanor. If you're into stoplight Grand Prix, however, the Fiesta might disappoint. Although the 1.6-liter 119 horsepower Duratec inline-4 is peppy enough for most driving situations, its 10.1 second 0 to 60 dash, that's measured by car and driver by the way, was, at least in our real-world driving, a bit of a disappointment. So what's the bottom line on the Fiesta that we drove? Well, if looks could kill, we'd be in the morgue right now. The new Fiesta is an absolute stunner in the styling department. It's also a lot of fun to drive. Its straight line acceleration notwithstanding, the Fiesta's handling is solid and, even through the twisties, it will hold its own with any car in its class. All in all, in my opinion, the Fiesta is a world-class vehicle, certainly at the top of its segment here in the U.S. Well, this is Steve from LotPro.com. Have a great day.